Stream should be back up, I believe.
So I've got homework for uni, which I'm meant to be doing tonight, but
Lol.
the thing is that the website with all the information about it, it's just not been working at all tonight, so I'm just going to walk in tomorrow and say, look at this. Seriously, you expect me to do this stuff when...
ZVZ! Just saying,
what?
it's a ZVZ.
What? Yes!
ZVZ best of 3, I speak in rhyme, and it's Shattered Temple time. Oh god, that was terrible.
CVZ, the best matchup on the planet, as I lose so much to it. No. Well, actually, yes, I do lose quite a lot to it, but I do actually believe it's quite a nice matchup. And yeah, there's actually quite a few Zergs out there to practice ZVZ with, and on the ladder recently I've just been playing ZVZs pretty constantly, but yeah, early on it's either pretty macro heavy builds or pretty cheesy builds. You don't usually see any Zergs going in between, so it's either between 2 players cheesing each other, or 2 players macroing really hard, but it's usually 1 player trying to kill the other player while on 1 base, and the other player trying to keep their 2 base up.
Yeah, my experience with ZVZ has just been like, 1 player goes Banelings, and the other one either goes Banelings or Roaches and wins.
Well, it can also depend on building placement. Day9 has also brought out...
the lair one. That lair
the one
build.
where you use really cool building placement to get an advantage over your opponent, and that can really negate any Ling Bane play.
Yep.
And it can be quite sweet to see, like, you can have like 5 Roaches and 1 Queen, and they have maybe like 20 to 30 Zerglings and 4 Banelings, and all their units are just clumping up in front of your Queen, trying to work out how to get us around, and they literally can't, and they just all die to just 5 Roaches and a Queen.
Lol. Looks like both players are going to be going for 9 Overlord. So, have you encountered either player on a ladder?
Nope.
Alright.
So, they are scouting the close air positions, unlike what we were saying earlier. I'm pretty sure ZVZ causes cancer. Well, it is quite annoying. I had 1 month where I literally played nothing but ZVZ, and I gotta say, that is one of the most annoying months I've played StarCraft 2, and it's, ZVZ is just... one of the really important rules to learn about ZVZ is nothing is really just ever set in stone. I mean, there's a 7 pool all in, but if you 15 hatch against that, you might say, oh, well, you're going to be screwed, right? I mean, right, you'd say that, right?
Yep.
Well, I won against a 7 pool all in when I 15 hatched.
Oh,
so,
God. I
mean, nothing is set in stone. Even crazy stuff like that, the extremes where you have the most all-in build versus the most macro-heavy opening, it still isn't really just set in stone at all, and anything can happen. That's one of the most exciting things about watching ZVZ, because just from watching the openings, you kind of know who probably has the most chance of winning, but you don't know for sure who is going to win.
Yeah, one of the things my friend loves to do, like Waking Life, I don't know if you know him, he loves to get like overseas and just double contaminate the hatcheries, and it's really annoying.
That's so fun. I was doing that against school early on. Actually, that's a replay I suggest for you guys to watch. It's on the se2sea.com website. I uploaded it. It's me versus RLS Scroll from Team Relentless.
Yep.
Played it on ladder earlier, and that's one of the craziest EVZs in a while. I hope one of the games from these guys is nearly as good as that one.
Yeah, and it looks like Crazy's going to be going for that Baneling Ling opening with the speed going down. Whisper actually pulling off Gas, who's looking to expand, and he's also getting speed.
Go for Ling Bane because, well, actually, I didn't really see the pool gas timings, but yeah. Although, yeah, Whisper doesn't have his Bane nest up, so maybe he's trying to go.
It's not mining Gas.
Yeah, maybe he's just going speedling heavy versus Ling Bane, which obviously isn't going to work nearly as well.
I think he wanted to expand. Oh, now he's putting down the Rich Warren as a response. And mining Gas once again.
One thing I don't like about this is building placement, because obviously, like the Day 9 build, even if you're not going Day 9 build, then you can at least use the building placement to your advantage. All this is going to do is leave a wide open gap for Banelings to run into his drones. And there are Banelings being morphed outside of his base, so we'll see how well he'll do against this. He's chucking down some spines.
Wouldn't even mind to see another Queen, actually. I love Queens.
Well, yeah, he needs a Queen. Roach's
oh!
Oh, he does the exact wrong thing to do.
Game. Alright, this is best of 3 though. Best of 3.
That
So
is almost as bad as the first time I faced Scroll.
loser will pick the next map. And
Well, yeah, that's the problem with making so many speedlings early on, because and not going to banlings at all, because, of course, if your opponent just makes like 2 banlings, your entire army is just useless.
yeah. Oh, I actually have to message Devo. There we go. Whisper's like, my micro is insane. Lol.
What micro? He attack moved in.
Yeah, exactly. No, he lost. Oh yeah, he attack moved with Zerglings.
Actually, no, it was Wisp who just got killed, right?
I think so. He was. Oh, this could be
that's
awkward.
probably why he was saying that, like, sarcastically, because he attacked.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. So just waiting for game 2. Game 2, and if we have some time, I'll check out the brackets.
Is Lithium in this tournament?
I don't know actually. Lithium's won the last 3 GDPs. Okay.
Other Protoss, I'd love to see him play again. It's really just awesome seeing him play. He's really worked out everything he really needs to in his build.
Okay, and it looks like in the top brackets we do have Wispu versus Breek. Not sure if that's been updated. And
yeah,
TK Shadow playing the winner of Detour and Infest. Exit Light, who we saw earlier, playing Dirty Derek at the moment. TA Deadvo against Kmart Rules and TA. Oh, okay, so Deadvo changed into TA. And Kmart Rules, I've seen his name in the Fade opening. He did quite well, if I remember. He advanced pretty far.
There's actually quite a few TA members now. Everyone, I mean, TA is an open clan, so I believe anyone can join it. But of course, only the really. I'm not sure if that actually gives you many more benefits, because I know TA Proxim's asking around for people to help him train or coach him, and wouldn't he be wanting to ask inside TA about that? So I don't know if TA actually gives you that many more benefits. But and I'm of course an Australian, so I've been chugging up for a while whether joining TA would actually be useful or not. But
yeah, it's nice to just like be part of a team, I guess.
Well, I have a training team up, but it's not really a clan, so we're not really competitive. We just train with each other.
Come hang out in our channel, man. What's your channel?
Yeah, Lolex.
Lolex is
well,
awesome.
We don't have a channel. I just train with Derpy and Cute and a few other guys, but Lolex, the one criticism I have of the Lolex training channel is that there's like 20 people in there usually when you guys are doing training.
Yeah.
And when you start doing games, you get like 1 game per night.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of guys.
So I prefer having like smaller training groups so you can actually get a lot more games in and improve a lot easier.
Yep. Zelnaga Cabins for game 2. We've got Crazy on the bottom left. I believe he's game up. I could be wrong. We got Wispu on the top right as the purple Zerg as well. ZVZ, Zelnaga. So you're going to be pretty safe with your overlords over the ramp for a while until those queens get up. I've seen some pretty crazy games. I think you sent them to me actually, or maybe Ian, where there's like base trades and roaches everywhere and Niduses.
Well, I've done a lot of stuff with that, so it might have been me. I love doing crazy Nidus base trades and stuff like that, but and that's actually what the game with Squirrel was, which I posted on sc2sca.com, but just Nidus worms and base trading, and that's what can make ZVC really intense towards the end, but otherwise it's usually one army faces another towards the end because both players macro up really heavily and just attack each other with 2 huge balls of army, and just that didn't sound quite right, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one wins and just rolls the other player and wins. That's usually what happens in ZVZ from what I've played so far.
Looks like 14 gas, 14 pool coming out of Crazy. Would really like to see Wispu do something crazy with this drone. I'm going to call it right now, man. Proxy Hatch. Proxy Hatch in the main.
Proxy hatches are useless in ZVZ.
Proxy Hatch! Proxy Hatch, and Wispu just going to be copying his opponent, it seems. He's got his gas up, he's got his pull up. And,
they're both going for relatively Ling Bane style builds, it looks like so far. I didn't check the gas timings. Usually if the gas goes down before or at the same time as the spawning pool, you're going to see Ling Bane or pure Ling. if the gas goes up when the spawning pool is about halfway done and finishes when the spawning pool's done, then it's usually roaches.
Cool. Good to know.
Although there are some retards out there who will put the gas up like really early and then get roaches after that, and it's kind of useless putting the gas that early unless you want to go for like mass upgrades or something. But then you're gonna go for 2 gas instead of 1 base.
So early speed
And that's
coming
the I've
out.
seen on the LawX channel, just some guys going 2 gas and then mass upgrades off 1 base. We
Yeah.
have 4 links and a drone coming out. Oh, he's trying to expand.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the APM, and it looks like that Crazy is clearly gonna win with his almost triple APM of Wispu. Actually, yeah. Alright. I'm bored. Actually going down for Crazy here in the southern expansion. It looks like that Wispu is just going to be going for roaches, so playing really, really safe. He's going to be able to block off his ramp if he wants to, and hold off any of those early speed links. But Metabolic Boost, almost on the way.
You are wrong. For they are moving so slowly right now.
No, Crazy's getting speed earlier.
Well...
A lot earlier.
Oh wow, yeah. One guy's gonna have speed while the other one won't at all, and that is just huge in battles. It can look like the same amount of Zerglings, and then one player gets all the strands and the other one doesn't, and that just it's like Zealots versus Zerglings, but the Zealots are just completely weak. What is this micro? He doesn't even need to micro.
Oh, Wispu's in trouble right now. Speed finally kicked in, and on the creep it's going to be even larger disadvantage, getting off better surrounds. And as soon as these links are down, this Queen's going to feel awfully vulnerable. 2 roaches finally on the field. He can block the ramp.
Not enough links out just yet, but he is rallying in a few more.
Block the ramp! Block it! Block it, Wispu! Block it! You got the Queens and the roaches! Oh.
Anyway, he could have taken the Queen over, but he didn't, so...
and really 2 hatch to 1 right now. Crazy is sitting pretty comfortable.
Crazy to get that second hatch up relatively safely. So, yeah, he's in a pretty commanding lead at the moment, or at least he will be in the near future.
There we go. Wispu going to be blocking his ramp for the time being. And, yeah, it looks like Speed's just going to be finishing right now. And he needs to break this contain sooner rather than later. Looks like all these roaches are going to be pushing out.
Those links instead of letting them die to the roaches, which he does do, so always nice to see. He should probably put them on one of the watchtowers and hold those watchtowers so he can see what's happening. And Crazy does see the expansion going down with his Overlord.
Run by! Yeah!
Getting to the main, they're probably going to take out either the Queen, well they are taking out the Queen, and next are some drones.
So it looks like that Wispu is going to be lacking some lava compared to Crazy. Sitting on that 2 hatchery, and now he's only got... well, he's 2 queens up as well, and all these links just being such a huge distraction at the moment, delaying mining time. Spinners get a full scout off, see the expansion hatch, and I expect Crazy just to make drones at the moment. He's getting his lair now, and yeah, just make the drones.
That's quite a big mistake from Wispu. He had 3 drones over there to block the ramp, but he didn't have them in a good position to actually block it. There was a bit of a gap there, so... and even if, I think those roaches might have just spawned, but even then, you should keep your roaches at the ramp, and he still isn't keeping his roaches at the ramp. Come on, you just took a blow from...
Just attack with the drones!
And still...
Yeah, and right now the harvest counts 36 drones compared to the 20 of Wispu, so a differential of 16. The link's still streaming in, doing some like scouting, poking, prodding. And keep in mind that Crazy is also going to be finishing his lair quite soon, so he's got the tech advantage as well. Roach 1 for him is also up, only he's fully saturated 2 bases. And sitting on 2 gases, very, very comfortable in this harvester lead.
Wispu was already behind, and I believe he knows about the expansion. Well, he sees the creep from the natural expansion with his Overlord down the south, but he might not have known that about that originally, but it's basically like he's been behind, he's still not keeping his roaches near the ramp. What are you doing?
Well, only, luckily for him, it's only 2 links. It's just a scouting party. And,
yeah, but still, if a group of lings wanted to go into the main and kill off that Queen again, then they could just go ahead. He can get free scouting on the main. He can do whatever he wants right now. With
mass
the main
upgrades going on for Crazy. We've got Gleel, which is red speed, missile attacks level 1. And a couple of spines just repositioning, making a smiley face.
It also looks like Wispu hasn't been droning up enough. He's got quite a few units out, and Crazy really doesn't have that many units out. Why is that significant? Well, that means that Crazy has more drones out instead of army units, and that will mean that he's going to be able to get more army units out later on in the game.